some pieces to the big picture.
Tell me about your next Schritte on the Philippines. What do you plan?
The next steps.
Steps.
Okay. I'm just now in Germany for 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and tomorrow I fly back to the Philippines, up high in the mountains, about 1,500 meters elevation, tropical, and we started it already, but the real thing will begin. We will teach the Christian spiritists in the Philippines. They have a lot of centers there. They do mediumship and some of them do healings. And when I met them, they are not begging, but they want me that I teach them, that I train them, instruct them, and so on and so on. And that will start next month more, and in May. And there's another thing with my latest student. Her name is Gloria. She's a member of our team, of the Higher U team. We, together with her, or let's say it in another way, she will bring me to different centers of their centers in the Philippines, almost in the jungles, wherever, in really remote areas, former headhunter areas, or whatever. And I'm invited, for example, the Easter holiday for a 4-day healing tour to do healing all day long in three of their centers, and in other centers, Baguio, and so on and so on, and it's always getting more. And when I was in the Minac Center in Bokot, Baclao, a few weeks ago, I was so amazed, so surprised. It's incredible, because we are planning our Aumaloa Future Park and City project. And when I arrived there, they have a very small house, like a chapel. Even they are not a church, but it looks like a small chapel style. And I'm walking up there and I hear water everywhere, and then I walk a little bit around, then we have a breakfast 2 houses away from that small chapel, and I cannot believe what I see. I'm totally spaced out. They have spring water in the kitchen running out of the faucet 24/7, 365. They don't even turn off the water. And I can drink it running out of the tap, you know. This is amazing. This is a dream. Who can say I have spring water in my house, in my area? And we are planning this Aumaloa place, Future Park City, and so probably, or there's a very high probability that we find a place like this where we have spring water, no chlorine, no fluoride, only maybe ultraviolet rays, which can make the water good, no? And we can drink that, we can use that for laundry, for everything, for all, like in paradise. So we have a very clear water, spring water, the best air in the world, because that is high in the mountains, where you could say at the end of the world, and so on and so on. So water is a symbol for life, for full life. And yeah.
So at the Aumaloa project, it's important to be in the nature and to be to not pollute nature.
Yes.
Tell me more about that. Maybe what do you
plan? I'm for a while, since I'm now back in the Philippines for more than half a year, coming and going. I'm going to Malaysia, Philippines once in a while, because I'm on a goodwill tour for more than a year or 2 years. I don't even remember when I started. And so I found the Philippines there in the north, in the mountains, giving me the best requirements for fulfilling that vision for this Aumaloa, regarding the climate, regarding the elevation, regarding the air, regarding the water, and some fertile grounds, because a lot of people, they have this natural devotion. They are devoted to what they do. And I met a lot of spiritist people, so I train them, and then we can build a bigger place for us, where we can do our work, the spiritual work, the healing work, the teaching, and so on. And what we also need, because we need this liberation from slavery in society. So we are almost on the breakthrough now about free energy stuff. Some call that 0-point energy or space energy or whatever you call that. That means we can harness the energy from the cosmos and in abundance, just with a few batteries and some. They are not even new technologies. They are 100 years old already, but a little bit, how you say, sophisticated now, that we can run cars. There are cars already running on these batteries, but we can do research ourselves, maybe in connection with the State University of the Benguet province there, and some other people, because some of their members, their British members, they work in the university, they work in the capital hall, which is the government of the whole province, and so on and so on. So we can research, drive the cars on this energy for free. We are off the grid, off the electricity grid, and we might have just a device as big as a car battery or a little bit bigger. It's on the market already, from which you can draw almost 5 kilowatts. The smallest device that is good maybe for 275 square meter apartments, washing machine, everything you need in daily life running on that, your computers, whatever, what else we have, it's free. It doesn't cost you 1 cent, only the device and a few batteries. We need a lot of batteries to store the energies because it delivers so much. So the cars can run, we can ride on free energy, and we have freedom. Nobody can cut off our energy and say, if you don't do what we want, we will cut off your energy, we will cut off your water, because we also have the spring water.
So one of your goals is to have society without money?
That may be in the not so distant future, or a little bit distant future, because this is probably the hardest challenge, because there are power people, they rule this whole planet, bank people, and so on and so on, and they will do everything that will not happen. But we will not go into politics. We are not in politics, we are not in religion. So, by enhanced consciousness, because we do also yoga and teach how to meditate, to go into an enhanced state of consciousness, so the things will reach the minds of the people. And so it's only a matter of time until more and more people understand what's going on and why they're in the position they are in. I'm not a diplomat, but a little bit I try now to be diplomatic. Before, I will always say cut my tongue, because I have a very loose tongue about things, So let me be a little bit reserved about this, so nobody will be offended. We don't offend people, but some people will feel offended because they live on the fear game. They live on this fear planet, They live on this guilt and fear is their motivation, And the result, look back 10,000 years, then you know what it is. The result is fear and guilt, and result illness, ailments all over. So I'm very, more than convinced that all this will happen, because it's created in the mind already, and that's the biggest power, mind and willpower. It's there already, but we don't know the detailed concrete steps yet.
But
It will show up.
But you said about something about free water. What's about food? How do you
Yeah,
imagine that?
you know, probably you heard about permaculture. That is about well known, about 30 years. You Google it, 1 million pages, permaculture or whatever. That's very already spread in Australia, in the US, Canada, coming also in Germany and some other places. And this is a new technology about agriculture, where we can implement technologies about saving energy or using energy efficiently. Bottom line, to sum it up, it's proven. I'm talking about vegetarian people now, because I'm a vegetarian, and our team, most of them are vegetarians, you know. You can provide enough vegetable and salad, I mean vegetarian, what grows, what is not animals, on 2 square meters for one person. Not including rice, that needs more, but just for vegetables and things like that. And then you can add maybe some fruit trees. So in a very small place with the new technology, and we don't need a plow anymore. We don't have to turn the soil anymore like that, like in the old days, like Moses, you know, in the sweat of your face you should earn your survival, like Old Testament stuff. We don't need it. It's even counterproductive to be very efficient, and there are certain kind of other technologies in permaculture. They call that raised beds, and you just make maybe you just that goes too far to go into details now. They